You're going to hear about the 55 plus real estate market in Georgetown, Texas in September 25 compared to September 24. Now, just to forewarn you, we're still in a correcting market. We're not on a wild downward trend crash type market. We're in a correcting market. That's realtor speak for things kind of make sense again. Let me show you what I mean. So let's just start with it. The average price from a year ago, September 24 to September 25, decreased about 5%. A lot of people would think that's a downward trending market. And some people are probably sitting there going, well, yeah, but we're seeing positive signs. All the aspects in the market update are not negative. And that was the case not too long ago. And this market correction really is just realtor speak for, hey, things are starting to make sense again. Now, my wife and I go to open houses constantly. Every weekend without fail, we see lots of open houses. And less often are we walking in, hearing the price, and doing everything we can not to look at each other and go, what? So the prices are starting to make a little more sense again. And this correction phase is going to come to an end. And I think it's going to come to an end sooner than later. The current average price for a home in a 55 plus community in Georgetown, Texas is about $423,000. Now, just so you know, Sun City obviously is the dominant 55 plus community in Georgetown, and there are several others even on the edge of Georgetown. Vizcaya, Heritage of Vizcaya at the edge of Round Rock in Georgetown, Regency at Santa Rita Ranch at the edge of Liberty Hill in Georgetown, and of course several other 55 plus communities within Georgetown. And the average price for them is about the same as the average price for Sun City. There's not that big a difference. But there is a long-term performance difference, and we'll cover that on another video. Now, this is just a supporting stat. Price per square foot fell about 3% compared to a year ago. So the average price down about 5%, the average price per square foot down about 3%. Now, what does that difference tell you? Why wouldn't they be virtually the same? Because we're really just taking a 1 month snapshot. And in that month, we may have had more homes on the less expensive side sell than on the more expensive side, which helped that average price go down just a little bit. And the fact that the average price per square foot also fell about 3% supports the fact that we're still in that correcting market. Now, stats for the past few months have shown that things were selling a little bit faster, but September, a notoriously slow month of any given year, we saw that days on the market go up to about 87 days, so just shy of 3 months. So when you put a home on the market in a 55 plus community, it's probably not in your best interest to think it's going to fly off the market. Although that still happens. Now, I really nearly didn't even put this one up, but the list to sell ratio shows what buyers pay compared to asking. And that was down just more than 0.25%. So not really a big factor. And it's so close to 97%, which is kind of the norm, that I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. And here's a positive one. Prices were changed less than they were a year ago. In other words, home sellers had to lower their prices a little bit less than they did a year ago in order to reach a contract. Now, I've got to share this slide with you. I always do when it comes to pricing. Homeowners that price their homes to sell and don't lower their price and sell their home because they priced it right end up making more money. Now, I know it's very easy to say, well, let's just try that little higher price and we'll come down if we have to. Well, that's absolutely fine, and that's your choice. It's your house, it's your money. But homeowners who price their homes so that they don't have to lower it, they don't go after that higher price and then lower it, end up making more money. It's proven statistically year after year after year. So think about that when you're deciding on the price for your home. The current hotness ratio in the 55 plus communities in Georgetown, Texas is about 32%, actually slightly above the average among other neighborhoods. So that's not bad. The current inventory in the 55 plus communities in Georgetown, Texas is 5.6 months. Now, we all know that the Texas A&M Real Estate Center says 6 months is normal. So we're right there at normal. So this correcting market has reached normal. And it's taken a while for it to reach normal. We were so far above normal that it has taken time just to get to this point. But with all the things we're seeing, inventory and days on the market and list to sale ratio all falling within that normal range, it points toward positive signs for the near future. Now, I did throw another video up here, but first, let me ask you to like this video. That always helps me with YouTube. And subscribe if you'd like to see more. We do put up videos consistently about market updates, neighborhood tours, home tours. And if you have suggestions for something you might like to see, just let us know in the comments. I'm going to put a video up here about the best performing 55 plus communities over the last 5 and 10 years. Hope you'll take a chance to watch that. Remember, it's your choice, so make it a powerful day, and may the Lord bless you and keep you.